Hey everyone, and welcome back to another video. And in this video I'm going to be going over this quick Coinbase tutorial. Now this video is going to be particularly useful for individuals. Let's say that you want to go ahead and start using Coinbase in order to invest in cryptocurrency. How do you actually go ahead and use Coinbase? Now if you haven't signed up for Coinbase just yet, you can use my link down below in order to sign up, and once you make your first transfer or deposit, you'll get $20 worth of Bitcoin. So first, let's hop onto our Coinbase account. And then once you log on to your Coinbase account, the first thing that you're going to see is your graph. So you can see that I have a certain amount in crypto, 15K, and then I have about 2,600 in cash. So the graph is constantly changing just because the crypto market is constantly changing as well. But with this graph, you can change it from 1 hour, 1 day, 1 week, 1 month, 1 year, and you can see your earnings. So the total amount that keeps changing is the total amount of assets that you have on Coinbase. And in this example, you can see that it's a red arrow showing $442. That's the total loss that I've made over the past year. If I change it to month, you'll see that this month I've lost $689. And so you can cycle between this graph in order to understand your gains and losses. Now, if you scroll a bit down, you're going to see the prices of cryptocurrencies that are in your watch list. So the watch lists are basically assets or investments that you're keeping track of. So the two assets that I'm keeping track of are Bitcoin and Ethereum. And if I want to go ahead and click on manage, you can explore more assets and add more assets into here. So maybe I want to add Tether and Solana. So all you have to do is click on the stars, and then now you'll be able to keep track of the progress of Tether and Solana. Tether doesn't really make sense though, just because it's a USD backed up coin. So we'll just remove Tether. Oops. So in order to move Tether from the watch list, click on manage, click on Tether, and then we'll just unstart from the top. Now moving on from the watch list, you could actually get a total market overview. I don't really use this all too much, and you also have some articles here that change. You also have leaderboards, so you can see here the top gainers, top losers, most buyers. And then new on Coinbase as far as new coins go. A lot of here I don't really use all too much. The main things that I mainly look at are my assets and then the watch list. Now on the upper left hand corner, if you click on the hamburger icon, you can see here that you have the option to set up recurring buys, limit orders, and derivatives. Now, recurring buys is something that I do. Like I buy around like $50 worth of Bitcoin every week, and this is something called dollar cost averaging. So if I click on recurring buys, you can see here that you can select an asset that you want to buy. So if we want to set up a recurring buy for Bitcoin, we click on Bitcoin. And then from here, we can say that we want to buy $10 worth of Bitcoin. And then the upper right-hand corner, we can change it from weekly to one time, or you can set the recurring buy to daily. You could even set it to the 1st and 15th every month or monthly. But over the past 2 years or 2 or 3 years that I've been investing, I'd say recurring buys or dollar cost averaging has been really effective at allowing my portfolio to grow without spending too much time on it. So with a recurring buy, you just set it and forget it, and it automatically purchases Bitcoin or whatever asset that you want on a recurring basis. If you want to sell your assets, there's multiple ways you can do this. You could actually click on Bitcoin, and then you can click on buy and sell, and you can click on sell. So here we have the total amount of Bitcoin available, and when you sell it, you normally convert it to USD coin. You can even convert it as well if you use the conversion tab. In addition to that, you can even transfer your Bitcoin out. So on Coinbase here, if you click on transfer, you can send it to a crypto address or email or phone number, or receive it from another crypto wallet as well. Now with Coinbase, it's a very easy to use interface. If we go back to our hamburger icon, I use recurring buys a lot. I don't really use anything else all too much. I mean, sometimes you might need to get your taxes, so there's a taxes tab, but I try not to make it all too complicated. I really don't like keeping it all too complicated. I simply just like to set up recurring buys on Coinbase, buy Bitcoin and Ethereum, and just set it and forget it. But with that being said, on the bottom hand side, you have the home icon. The next icon after that is your My Assets icon. So you can see here how your assets are split up. So I have Bitcoin, I have Ethereum, Solana, and Decentraland. I'm also staking some Solana as well. Then the middle icon are basically transactions. So you can see some transactions that have been taking place. For example, because I have Solana staked, I've received Solana every now and then. The next one after that is the Explore tab. I don't really use this all too much. So this is like the Explore feed where you can learn about top performing assets, top losing assets, and the most lucrative assets, or ones that have been having a lot of market value to it. And then the last tab on the bottom right hand side is derivatives trading. Okay. Again, as someone who's a very casual investor, there's a lot of things I'm working on and I don't want to like master investing into cryptocurrency. And it's important to note that make sure you do your own research when it comes to investing into cryptocurrency. But with the derivatives trading, it's just something else for me to learn that I don't have any interest or the time to actually learn in. So I don't really use this tab all too much either. On the top right hand corner, you're going to see a notifications icon as well. So a lot of this is just news. I don't really use this all too much as well. But you can also set up price alerts, custom alerts, news, account activity. So here you can see some account activity. And with that, that's pretty much it as far as this quick tutorial goes on Coinbase. So with Coinbase, again, keeping it simple, I only use the Home tab and the Assets tab. I set up recurring buys on a week-to-week basis. If you want to invite your friends to cryptocurrency, you can get your referral link located here as well. Make sure that you also set up your bank. So I do believe that in order to do that, you have to click on, I think it's card or borrow. So if you click on, no, it's not card. In order to set up your bank for a transfer, you simply just set it up with, all right, okay, there you go. So you want to click on your name on the top hand side where it says account and settings. And then this is where you're going to set up your payment method. So here you can add a payment method for Coinbase and you can earn up to $300 worth of Bitcoin, I think every year and such. But that's pretty much it. So do familiarize yourself definitely with the account settings tab, just because this is where you're going to need to add your payment methods, wire transfers, Apple Pay, get your taxes, set any limits, update your language and phone numbers, etc. So there you have it, guys. Just a quick tutorial on Coinbase. And again, if you haven't signed up for Coinbase just yet, you can use my link down below in order to sign up. And once you do, you'll get $20 worth of Bitcoin sent to you. But thanks so much for watching, everyone, and I'll see you guys all in the next video.